full of rough jakes, you know, like a Camden or something, you know? So they like, matter of fact, pull that up. What good could come from Nazareth? Let's pop that up, and we're going to hit a couple more precepts and skedaddle.
That was a spider, huh? That was a spider.
On my leg? Yeah, I'm like...
Swinging, you kept swinging that, but that still
that web, he kept coming back.
Trying to get some of that anointing. He's like, man, them some silky ass flags. I need some of that to build my web.
Some coconut oil and shit.
This is John.
I knew it was in John somewhere.
Chapter 1, verse 46.
Right.
And Nathanael said unto him, can there any good thing come out of Nazareth?
Jump up a little bit. I think like 45. Because it's the beginning of the gospel, so it was like, yo, you know.
Philip findeth Nathanael. This is chapter 1, verse 45.
Right.
Philip findeth Nathanael and saith unto him, we have found him.
Right, we found the Messiah, like, yo, the guy, you know, we were looking for, we finally found him, you know.
All right, of whom Moses in the law and the prophets did write, Yahushua of Nazareth, the son of Joseph.
Right, read on.
And Nathanael said unto him, verse 46, and Nathanael said unto him, can there any good thing come out of Nazareth?
Right, so, why? Because Nazareth was basically like a East New York, it was a hood. Right. And you know what goes on in the hood? So he like, yo, out of all places for this guy to come out of, like, is Nazareth, but that's how the Lord is the master of surprises. He like doing shit like what you least expect, right. Like dealing with the underdog. You know, that's like equivalent today. Like, yo, the Lord, you looking for the Lord, and he's somewhere in fucking on Sutter Avenue and fucking Mother Gasket in a building somewhere, and you like, yo, he live over there. You like, what? In the heart of the Ville. You like, yo, like, what? Ain't no, like it's nothing but death and drugs around that bitch.
Even though the TV show was wicked as hell, the Black Jesus, they had the Yahushua key settings was in the heart of LA, like Crenshaw and all of that, in the hood, where it was nothing but gang violence and drug selling. But that was the key significance to show that Yahushua was coming out of the worst places where our people were.
And look where the prophets came out of. To this day, though, we came out of, as far as us, like me and bro from North, this brother from Plainfield, he from East New York, and brothers from, you know, in different camps, from other cities, but not like the so-called good part of the city. Suburbs, you know what I mean? So, like, you know, brothers grew up in like rough areas or conditions. You know, where it was drug selling, murders and shit, you know.
I'm not saying a brother can't come out of some place like Warren.
Right. No, you do, but I'm saying predominantly brothers grew up in inner city.
Right, yeah, but so that's something I'm saying. Not saying a brother can't come from like some kind of area.
Right, that's a good balance.
Right.
Yeah. Mention that. But that's it. No, I just wanted to finish that. It's a couple more. Man.
Yeah. Second Ezra chapter 15 verse Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 17. A man shall desire to go to a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
You know.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor.
Yeah, because your neighbor gonna rob you. See, you worry about getting robbed by motherfucker. No. See, your neighbors know more about you than anybody. They know what time you come in. Hey, some people dumb enough to invite them in their house. Oh, you could come, because you see him so much. But little do you know, as a wise saying, watch what you tell people, because somebody could be a friend today and an enemy tomorrow. And guess what? All that shit you told him as a friend, now he's gonna use that against you to capitalize on it. But you got a lot of people that invite their neighbors into their house and let them use the bathroom, and they start looking around just shit. And, they already skeptical of you from an outside point of view. They look what kind of car you drive and shit, like, or they might ask little indirect questions to see if you tell them. You know what I mean? They might see you like, oh, that must be his main girl right there, because I see her more than any other body. And she's here about like 2-3 times a week. And the other girls might just be, oh, okay, like, okay. I saw the other one, he must he must really like her too. Well, he must got a little money because he's driving a BMW, but I never see him go to work. He always in and out all times of the day. Like, he don't work. Maybe he's like a drug dealer, or like he's got like his own business, or like, they just watch you and draw up like outside conclusions, and they talk to other nosy ass neighbors about you. You know what I mean? And then they try to, or they send their kids in, right? So kids get cool with your kids, but the other kid that come in your house instead of the parent. And what their parent would have asked them, like, oh, was it nice over there? And they would like get an inside scoop on what you got in your house. Oh, he got a katana sword on his thing. And he had like a military picture. They're like, oh, what part of the military? I don't know. All right, next time you go over to see Anthony, which is your son, next time read up under the hat and see if it's an Air Force or this and that or this and that. Oh, okay, Mom. And then they like wind up like, you like, yo, how the fuck the whole neighborhood know my business? And that's because like through the kids, because kids don't have filters like adults do. Kids just like, hey, what's up, man? Yeah, you coming to play the game? And you look like, who is him? Oh, this John from across the street. Oh, okay, all right, let him in. All right. But they get like the inside scoop on your house, and people find out what you got in there. And once they find out what you got in there, they're gonna be scheming on you. They're gonna be the first ones to like pull a home invasion. And all you women that live by yourself, you are fucked. You gonna be cause that's, people prey on the weak.
My son used to do that with his friends. He'd be like, yo, Dad, my friend, what's her name? Some shit. He like, yo, she rich. He'd be like, yo, I go to the house, they got this, they got that. I'm like, oh, really? Yeah. Not steaming on them and that. I'm like, they're in Jacob's trouble. Yo, he used to tell me all the time, like, yeah, Priscilla, her father owned the store down the block. I've been in the father's store, like, okay.
Yeah. So like, your neighbors, man, fuck, especially like if you live like in a building type setting, because now you got a lot of neighbors. See, on the street where houses and shit, you just got like him across the street. And I'm not saying one is more dangerous than the other, but when you got like a whole, like a building, like a setting of neighbors like that, because like you gotta walk past a whole bunch of people to get like, you gotta cross the parking lot, go up the elevator, and then like, get in the key. So you don't really know, like, there's too many people to like keep an eye on type shit. And you don't know who got you. See, in a more like a residential area where houses and shit, you can have an idea like, oh, it's a motherfucker over there. I know who my shit is. And even if you're not right, you have some close of an idea of who is iffy or whatever, or funny like that. Because you got less of a pool to pick from.
No man shall have pity upon his neighbors, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread,
The lack of the famine, the lack of resources,
and for great tribulation.
Now you can leave it at that. So, and that's coming, and that's happening now, but just on a low scale. Home invasions, Man, because if you rob somebody on the street, you just gonna get what's in his pocket, this and that. But if you really want to clean somebody out, you gotta hit his house. If you hit his house, and hey, Esau catch you doing that shit, he gonna really hit, home invasions and carjackings. That shit is worse than, he'll hit you with armed robbery. But if he catch you doing some like home invasion, tie up, riffle to the house shit, you going away for the long haul.
B&E.
Yeah, and shit like that, because but that's like a thing with some people. They don't like, they into robbery, but they don't rob like individuals. They'll study people, see where you live, watch them and shit like that. Then they what nigga said from the hood, that was his MO, B&Es. He got so good at it that he knew how to like disarm like the alarm box to where it won't go off with like shit with like aluminum foil and shit like that. Just how to learn. He learned how to kill a signal, and this nigga did that shit so much. The only time you remember said, right?
Yeah, no teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only reason this nigga got caught because he started putting other niggas on his jobs he was doing. He was doing them dolo, but he started like bringing people with him. And then once he started getting caught, anytime he went to jail, because he stayed in and out of jail, anytime he went to jail, the burglaries and B&Es kind of died down. So when he came out and one of them shits happened, even if it wasn't him, the boys came straight to the crib.
That's wild.
Cause he got so-called good at that's what he had patterns on like knocking on the door asking for a fake name. He know ain't no Jonathan there, but if you answer, then he knows like somebody. Like he was good at it. He know what come. He came back with like this nigga used to have like nice ass jewelry, nice shit,
but no teeth.
Oh, cause nigga from the hood knocked him out because he stole from him. And he thought it was him. My nigga Nitty stole him and put his fronts out. He never got them fixed. So his that's why but he used to have them bitches set.
Yeah.
He used to put them shits in from time if he had a bitch to go out with or was eating some steak. But, from vampire to vampire, them shits was gone. From vampire to vampire, them shits was gone. I ain't know why he ain't take his money to fix it. Probably same reason I ain't fixed much. Fuck it, nigga. If I can still eat a fucking T-bone, I'm good. Right. Yeah, but nah, man, yeah. So like, them B&Es, they gonna become like more and more popular because you got rich people who don't flash in public, like Amalek. But if you go into their house, they probably have like $100,000 paintings.
Or the safe.
Or like safes and shit like that.
They're gonna stack the gold though, you know.
Yeah, but they got you. But you look at him on the street, he got a regular Corolla. You know what I mean?
Like Adam Sandler.
Yeah, simple as hell. Or like a KD. He's a real Kevin Durant. He's a real simple, easy going, but he got bread. Know what I mean? And a lot of them dudes who be simple like that, their house be laid out. But they cars, and when you see them on an everyday stroll, they don't wear all that jewelry and shit like that. But in the crib is like over here in the cut somewhere, and it's nice and laid out. Matter of fact, with the help of like Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Uber Eats, you got a lot of jakes that find out where you devils live at. You know, because they get orders over there. So they be coming through these different towns like, oh, you know what I mean? And they be going through little different cuts. And they might call you like, oh, it's a little alley back here. You got to turn up the alley and go down and come back through the driveway and go up the hill. The house is right there. So you could get, they fool to them because you'd be confused of like where the house is at.
Yeah.
But doing little shit like that, these different jets get inside scoops and they get the wind on like where Esau and the other nations, where your little nest egg is at. And now they know how to like get through and get up in there. And like I said, I'm not promoting that, telling jinx to go out and do that, but that's the reality of the scriptures. And it's happening, and it's going to happen more. The Lord going to turn the heat and notch up. It's going to happen more and more on a large scale. Because how much you going to get just robbing niggas in the hood, Jake in the hood? You fuck around and get hurt in the process of doing it, and you're not getting that much. And you fuck around and like see him again somewhere or something. So people gonna become more clever, like, all right, let's go over here. And these Edomite neighborhoods is not straight up Edomite neighborhoods no more. You got it's a mixture. These little towns that were straight Esau, it ain't Esau no more. I'll be through there. It be Elam, it be Issachar in some places. Every town got their own little Section 8 little area, a little development, little build. It be Jacob in there. You got a little Esau mixed in here, mixed with a little Issachar, mixed with a little Elam down the block. It ain't no straight up, like 20, 30 years ago, like a straight up white town. That's what that MAGA shit was crying about. Make America great again. And part of that is about us having our own little nest egg in our own communities where it was just us. But now with the help of the internet and people making more money than ever before and a lot easier, you got a lot of jakes that'll get to 3-4 million and move up in Short Hills, move up in Livingston, move up in Scotch Plain, different parts of Monmouth County and all that shit, and buy the $3 million crib right next to Esau. And Esau looking like, yo, how this nigga, because in their mind, they like, we out of niggas' tax bracket. Niggas can't afford to live up here with us. Until they see a nigga with a U-Haul truck pulling up.
Looking like Granddad from the Boondocks.
And they like, yo, how this nigga, and they think you some ball player or something. Like, nah, nigga, I trade stock. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, and they be like, and a lot of times them Edomites know who you are before you kind of even get there. They do like a diligent search. They call up their partners, the people they know, and they find out who you is. One brother said that he was like, he tried to introduce himself to his white Edomite YouTuber. He said, oh, my name is, you know, he's trying to be cordial. Hey, my name, when he tried to say my name is son, they said, we know who you are. Before he could say my name, he would say his name. They was like, we already know who you are.
You're black.
Because they knew who he was, what he did, and all that shit. Because it's like they already like did his due
diligence.
Yeah. They saw him moving in and all that shit, this and that. But when he finally came out on his porch, like a week or two later, hey, how y'all doing? I just moved here, my name's on. And before he could really say my name, he was like, we know who you are. Like, cut him, and he kind of like was startled, like, God damn. And that's what his video was about, like, yo, these devils, he was like, yo, you think these, he didn't say devils, but he was like, yo, these white people, like, you move amongst them and shit, they kind of already on before you even, like, once they say the house, once they pull that for sale sign out the ground, they kind of already on.
They already know who they sold.
Like, yo, y'all sold the house. They look up who bought it and all that shit. Oh, it's a black guy. He's in his late 30s. His name is Terrell Mitchells. And they say he's a trader or like fucking, yeah. And there goes the neighborhood, honey. No, let's not count it out that right away. It's just one nigger. It's just one nigger. That's how it starts with one nigger. I don't see how these niggas getting these money to buy these houses. But and that's what's. Hey, before we close, I want to quote Tony Yayo. He brought it out. He was like, "Yo, being rich is like a catch-22," because he said you bust your ass to get out of the hood, the drugs, the gunfire, the gangs and shit. He said when you finally make it out and you go around the so-called nice neighborhood, they looking at you like, what the fuck you doing here? What? So he was like, yo, it's like, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't.
Quick read. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Yeah,
So you get into those damn nice neighborhoods if you want. Like I said, I mentioned Meet the Blacks. They was waiting for him to get there so they could roast his ass. And he moved in there right during the day of the purge, or the week of the purge, and he was the first person in the door they knocked on, because he was the only black one there. So
Yeah.
y'all think y'all moving into a gated community, you moving in with your enemy, and y'all looking like fools, because to them, y'all fools. All right, just like they look like fools moving into the projects.
But they get easy in the project because when my grandmother stays in Spanish Harlem, they gentrify. What's the word?
Gentrify.
Yeah. And so in the project building that they in, they are doing the whole apartment, and Jake is welcoming them. The fucking Edomites coming in there.
The Edomite.
Yeah.
Jake don't cause crime to the Edomite. They cause it to their own people.
Yeah.
Right.
So they can move comfortably around us, but we can't move comfortably around them.
Right.
Nolan Wells tried to go partying.
Even this park, you
Look what
had
happened
devils
to him.
kayaking in this fucking park.
I seen a couple of them running and riding bikes and
Yeah,
everything.
that shit was unheard of.
You can't trust these devils. You want to move around them, you asking for it.
Man, and you know how many guns and bodies and shit that was found in this lake, and in the neighborhood that's surrounding the park. In any direction you go, it was pop, pop, pop all through the fucking night and day from this side, any side of the park. And but yeah, it was like bodies being found, pulled out of like you wouldn't like hell no, like yo, you coming in the daytime maybe, but when it got later in the day, you got the fuck up out, you wouldn't dare come through here. But now you see Edomites are being here with a kayak boat paddling and shit. They might be jogging the trail. Fucking Red Man just came through here not too long ago.
I was gonna ask him. I'm like, yo, Red, you believe? I ain't want to break camp, but I was gonna ask him.
But he be in here down there what, like 3 times, 4 times a week. He be in here working out and shit. But you gotta think like from the area for like a known rapper to he ain't got no guards or no, he just free out and about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that kind of like that show you Jake with each other towards Esau. But with that, brother's about to get low and get out of here. We like to give that all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. Shalom.
Shalom.